Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2024 reset. So I am going to do this video into two parts, mostly because I just don't have time to get it all done in one day. And so I'm going to do like my goal setting and my reflecting in this video, and then the next video I'll do all the organization and all that kind of stuff that I want to get done for the new year. And I do know that I am really late on posting this video, but for me, I can't focus on resetting for the new year during Christmas and all of that. I just would rather be present during Christmas, New Year's and all of that, and then kind of go into resetting. Now, I've never actually set goals. I mean, I feel like everybody has set New Year's resolutions in the past, and then nobody ever follows through with them. So this year I'm keeping myself accountable, posting this video, writing them down, and then doing monthly resets this year to help me achieve them. So yes, like I said in this video, I'm going to be reflecting on 2023 and then going into my goals for 2024. All right, so let's get started on my 2023 reflection. So 2023 was a huge year for me and my family. In February, we announced to everybody, like on social media, that we were pregnant. I was 3 months pregnant in February when we announced. In April, we announced to our family and friends that we were having a baby girl, and we announced her name, which is Ivy. And I did want to mention that I did not have a great pregnancy. I was not one of those like women who just love pregnancy, who are glowing, who just don't have any problems. I honestly feel like I had such a bad pregnancy. I went to the hospital twice before I even gave birth. I went to many different doctors for a pain that I was having, just to be told like, oh, it's normal pregnancy pain, like whatever. So yeah, I honestly had a rough probably 6 months of my pregnancy. The first 3 months weren't too bad, just a lot of nausea, but the last 6 were awful, and I just didn't have a great pregnancy. And I think that that's okay, and I feel like you don't hear a lot of women talking about about themselves when they don't like pregnancy, because I feel like it's very frowned upon. But yeah, I just didn't enjoy it. I will, God willing, be doing it again at some point in life, but I did not enjoy it. So moving on, in 2023, so we announced we were having a girl, and then we just spent a lot of time prepping for her. And so obviously this was our first baby, so we didn't really know what to expect. We didn't really know what to buy. A lot of clothes, if you can imagine. And we had, of course, a baby shower where we got showered with a lot of gifts, and we were so blessed. I showed a video of our baby shower and my best friend helping decorate the nursery, so that was fun. And then July, I had my baby, and it was the best day ever. It was weird adjusting to having a baby. Like, we're leaving the hospital with a little thing we have to like keep alive, and it was super weird. I feel like the first couple of weeks, like having something else, I don't know, literally don't know how to explain it. Maybe other new parents and first time moms can like relate, but it was just super weird. But we did get into a routine, and I was on maternity leave for how long? 14 weeks, I think. And then my husband also was on paternity leave for 12 weeks. During that time, I suffered from postpartum depression pretty bad. It was just really rough. I feel like we were doing the same things over and over again, and all I was doing was pumping, feeding, and then trying to get some rest. And then we went through a hard time with Ivy where she was screaming all the time, crying. We figured out she has a milk protein allergy, so then I had to step back on my dairy. So that honestly wasn't very helpful. And I know that sounds silly, but not being able to eat something that you have been eating basically your whole life was really hard for me. And it did decrease my milk supply, which also was really hard because I felt like I was failing. And so just a bunch of that stuff led to my depression. And it is pretty under control at this point. I still need to go see a few doctors, and we'll get into that in my goal setting. But yeah, so moving on from that, and the next thing in 2023 was just all of her first holidays, which was so fun. She had obviously Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, and it was just so fun to have a little baby. Next year will probably be a little more fun because she'll understand more. This year, obviously, she was like 3, 4 months old, 5 months old, so she didn't really quite understand what was happening, but it was still super sweet and super fun. I think that is the end of my 2023 reflection. Kind of word vomited everything that happened this year. Moving on to the next and honestly final part of this specific video, I'm going to talk about the goals that I've set for 2024. Okay, so the way that I have set my goals for this year, which again, this is the first time I've ever really set goals like this, so I don't know what's gonna work for me and what isn't. So we're gonna test this out. If it doesn't work, maybe I'll switch it during like in the middle of the year or whatever, but this is what I have so far. So I have them set up by personal, health and wellness, financial, and professional. Sorry, I'm looking at my computer screen that has them on it, so it's right here if I look down. So I have, let's see, 4 under personal, 2 for health and wellness, 2 for financial, and 2 for professional. Starting with personal, I have read 24 books, so that's about 2 books a month, which I think is very doable. I've been really into reading and listening to audiobooks. I have a library card through our local library, and so I get free audiobooks, which is really cool. I want to read at least 24 books this year. I don't really have any specifics, like I don't really care to read nonfiction, honestly, or any like self-help, so I just like to read. It's more of a hobby than like a learning thing for me, so it's really fun for me to like get into their world, and there are still books that I literally think about to this day. My second goal is to spend more time with Jesus. I really want to start reading my Bible every day. I go through different phases where like I'll read my devotional, my Bible every day for like 3 days, and then I just completely stop, and I'll do it again for like a week, and then I'll stop, and I really just want to be more consistent with that. Like I will feel better internally and spiritually and mentally if I just can spend more time with him. The third goal I have is to go on a family vacation. We have talked about planning a trip to somewhere maybe in Florida with Ivy, and I think that that'll be really fun. She'll be able to like play in the sand and stuff. So I'm hoping we get that scheduled and on the calendar. We want to go sometime in the summer, maybe right when school starts back up again, maybe in August, so that it's not so overwhelming. The fourth goal I have, and the last one under personal, is to be more consistent with uploading on YouTube. So I was really consistent up until I gave birth, and then had a baby, and it's just been really hard for me to figure out the upload schedule and to be a full-time mom, be a full-time employee for a 9-to-5, and then do this. It's something that I really want to do, and I just need to start prioritizing it more and prioritizing my hobbies more. I feel like I don't do that. I just come home and I am taking care of my baby, and then I go to sleep. So I really want to start trying to figure out a way to do things for myself a little bit more. All right, under health and wellness. If you follow me on TikTok, you will see that I am doing 75 soft. I started on January 1st, and it's only January 4th, but I have been pretty consistent with it, and I really want to finish. The workouts I think should be pretty easy for me. It's the eating aspect. Eating for me is such like a social and such like just like a fun activity for me to do, and I love like going to Crumble, trying out all the flavors, going out to eat with my friends and stuff like that. So it's really gonna be hard for me, and I'm just hoping that I can complete that. That's the eating healthy part is really what's going to be a struggle for me. And the second and last goal under health and wellness is to focus on eating foods that will fuel my body. So going back to the eating aspect of 75 soft, I tend to not eat great foods. I'm just gonna be real. will eat a lot of Chick-fil-A. I will eat a lot of snacks at home, and I'm really trying to not, but sometimes I just don't have the self-control. But I definitely don't want to restrict myself and to say like I can't have that. I'd rather, if I end up having it, like Chick-fil-A, let's say, I'm just gonna make sure my next meal is a healthy meal. Or if I have a cookie, like a crumble cookie, which, you know, those are huge, I'll just make sure that I have like an extra serving of vegetables or like something like that. I just feel like restricting myself is just gonna make me depressed, honestly. Food is very important to me, and so yeah, I don't want to restrict anything. I just want to prioritize the healthier foods rather than the unhealthy foods. Okay, and moving on to my financial goals. Me and my husband have kind of talked about this, and so the two that we have talked about is actually putting money into savings this year. This past year, honestly, since we've bought our house, it's been really hard for us to prioritize putting money into savings, and so we want to get better about that. Second one is just putting extra money towards our student loans and medical debt that we have to try to get those paid off. Those two, especially student loans, have the highest interest rate, so we're trying to pay those off as quickly as possible. If you have student loans, you know that it's hard to pay those off with the really high interest rate that you get. So yeah, those two pretty big goals. If we can just put a little bit into savings and a little bit more towards the loans, I will be really happy with that. So yeah, moving on. Okay, my camera just stopped recording, so I think I was just talking about my professional goals. These are towards my 9-to-5 corporate job, and if you don't know, I do work a 9-to-5 corporate job in downtown Houston. I am a cybersecurity analyst. You didn't know anything about that. When you work in cybersecurity or anything IT related, you get your degree, and then we have certifications that make you look better and that help you excel in your job. And so my goal this year is to get a certification. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of studying, reading, labs, and it's a lot of money. I'm really blessed that my job will pay for my certification. I need to pick one out and start doing that. And then the second one is a promotion or a raise or something along those lines. I've been working at this company for 2 years, but at this specific job for about a year and a couple of months. So I don't really know, it's my first corporate job, so I don't really know how promotions or raises really work. I do get a yearly raise, but I would like to get another one on top of that. So I guess we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Okay, and that is going to be the end of this part of my 2024 reset. Pretty short, but like I said, I don't have enough time to organize all the things I want to organize, and I definitely don't want to just do it for like the sake of the video and only like do it basically half-assed because I want to get the video up. So I just thought I would prioritize doing my goals first and then organizing. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you stay subscribed or subscribe, and so you don't miss out on any future videos, and so you can follow along and see how many of these goals that I achieve, if I achieve them, if I change them, who knows. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.